Hello, my name's Keith, and I'd just like to take a few minutes to share my Manna moment with you. Many of you watching this will know that our family spent 2 years in India recently. We were living and working in a Christian boarding school. We're actually home 2 years this summer, so we were away for 2 years, back for 2 years. And it was a really special, significant time for us, and we'll always be grateful for the fantastic support we had from our church family. But the moment I'd like to share actually is what happened next after we came home. I was fortunate enough to have a job to come back to. My school had arranged the career break for me. But I must say that first term back, I find it tough going for a variety of reasons. I think partly I missed certain aspects of our life in India. A large part was just not really knowing the pupils in front of me very well. For me, a big part of teaching is the relationships with the students, and it did take some time just to reinstate those relationships. But anyway, I probably spent a couple of months feeling a little bit discontent, and I was sharing this actually with a friend from church. Just happened to bump into one afternoon, and she passed on a piece of advice which I actually did find very helpful, from one of the great philosophers of our time. She said, "Oprah says, blossom where you're planted." So if you wanted to sum up my Manna moment in 4 words, blossom where you're planted would be it. Now, I don't think it was an Oprah original. I did do a little bit of research. The origin's a little bit uncertain. It may go back to a 16th century bishop, but you can look that one up yourself if you're curious. And you won't find those words directly in the Bible, but I think they do encapsulate some important biblical truth. Let me just share a couple of references with you. Acts chapter 17. Paul's making a speech to the people in Athens, and one of the things that he tells the people about God is that God has determined the time and exact place that we should live. In other words, it's not an accident that we live in the families, in the neighbourhoods, or find ourselves in the workplaces where we are. God has a reason and a purpose for the exact place that he has planted us. Now, sometimes that may not seem like the ideal scenario. We don't really think we would have chosen to be in this particular situation. But there's an interesting Old Testament example of just that. When the Israelites were carried off to Babylon in exile, I'm sure from the Israelites' point of view that was a less than ideal situation. And yet God had a very clear instruction through the prophet Jeremiah. What he told the people was to seek the peace and prosperity of the city to which he had carried them, and importantly to pray for the peace and prosperity of the city. I think the principle still applies for us now. I think I'm called to pray for my family, my neighbours in Green Island, the students and colleagues in my school, to seek God's best for them. So I hope you'll be encouraged that you don't have to have your picture on a prayer card to be in the exact time and place that God has appointed for you. You can blossom wherever he's planted you. And just to sum up, the ultimate purpose of blossom is to bear fruit. I had to get a little biology lesson in there just at the end. But there's lots of references in scripture encouraging us to do just that. So wherever God's planted you, I pray that, as Paul prayed for the people in Colossians, you'll live a life worthy of the Lord and bear fruit in every good work.